Test between India and New Zealand witnessed a spectacular exhibition of batting followed by a spectacular collapse. When Sarfaraz Khan and Rishabh Pant were batting, that 177-run partnership was truly a sight. Two India stars, two under-19 colleagues from 2016, on that turf in Bengaluru were ensuring India were mounting one of the most epic fightbacks that was there. From 231 for 3, they had raced away to 408 for 3. That 177-run partnership highlighted two aspects. Sarfaraz's innings, which meant that yes, he's here to stay for a very long time, and the audacity of Rishabh Pant. Yes, he had a knee injury, but even then, he slog swept a 107-meter six, took the spinners out of the equation, and man oh man, what a brilliant exhibition of batting these two had done. Now, in the post-day press conference, Sarfaraz had come and talks about his batting, his partnership with Rishabh Pant, and whether India have a chance. These three were the major themes in that 5-minute interview that Sarfaraz did. So, when it came to batting with Rishabh Pant, how is it to bat with Rishabh Pant? Sarfaraz very cheekily remarked that yes, runs start to come from both ends because you can only defend one or two deliveries, but the next four will all be hits to the fence. When left arm spinner was bowling, I was trying to give him, Rishabh Pant, the strike because he would hit it out of the ground. I would just milk the fast bowlers. It was a very clear-cut plan. New Zealand couldn't employ the spinners because Rishabh Pant was absolutely taking the game away from them. On the other hand, Sarfaraz was toying around with the New Zealand pacers, and that's why for that one whole session, Tom Latham did not know what to do. Luckily, there was a 99-minute delay because of the rain, but after that, New Zealand seemed to have found a new gear altogether. But in that period, New Zealand were clueless because the Rishabh Pant was absolutely smoking the spinners. Sarfaraz, on the other hand, was toying with the pacers. There was a very, very awkward moment when Sarfaraz was getting to his 100 because you realize this is the photo that is there. Sarfaraz was jumping like Javed Miandad when he said, please go back, go back. Reporters wanted to know what was the reaction and why did he do that, because he explained, Rishabh Pant was injured in the knee. When I played the late cut, I called for 2. The initial understanding that both Sarfaraz and Pant gave was that we will take singles and twos very calmly and very slowly. I then realized how could he run quickly because it was a quick 2 that was called for. But then halfway through he realized, Pant has gotten a knee injury. How can he run quickly? I raised my hand early to just send him back. But unfortunately, Rishabh Pant was not looking at him. Then Sarfaraz had to scream and jump, and only at the last moment Pant came back. It was a severe misjudgment and he said, thank God he survived. You remember once also the Sarfaraz was involved in a run out in Rajkot, and that is why he wants to avoid a repeat of all that. It made for some very hilarious and meme-worthy stuff, but in the end both survived. But now, New Zealand need 107 to win a test match in India after 36 years. That early 4-ball burst from Bumrah indicated it was not going to be an easy task. When this question was asked, Sarfaraz gave a very big answer which will really give confidence to the Indian fans. He stated, this is not an easy wicket. This game has not totally gone away from us. If we take 2-3 wickets early, then we are in the game. That is what Sarfaraz said. He stated the wicket is not easy at all, and because of that, getting 107 runs is not going to be easy at all. So, there is hope. There is hope for the Indian fans that even Sarfaraz has stated, yes, it can happen. A miracle you can dream of. Yes, it's still advantage New Zealand, but India necessarily need not give up hope. Now, how did Pant and Sarfaraz counter-attack New Zealand in that particular way? Well, if you looked at the first session, runs were coming in excess of 5.5-6 runs per over. They both had a match simulation in mind which happened about a couple of months ago, Dulip Trophy. Now, Sarfaraz recollected in the Dulip Trophy in the second innings, we had to counter-attack. We talked about the fact that the Dulip Trophy situation is back and we had to repeat it. So they were already aware of the match situation, and that is why they decided, yes, this is the ideal platform, let's counter attack. Now, if you look at the V where Sarfaraz was batting, hardly anything was there at mid on and mid off. It was mostly only 2%. 98 of the runs were coming around third man deep point. Why did Sarfaraz play like that? He's quick to point out that, see, it is not like I play in only one way. I like short balls because the wicket back home has got good bounce. I like to cut tall, fast bowlers. New Zealand bowlers bowled short and wide outside off, and that is why he had to employ the one shot that he knew at that point. Third man and deep point, by the time New Zealand plugged it, it was already too late. So that is why if you look at short and wide, Sarfaraz really likes it. So in a way, it was a brief fight back, and it was an epic fight back that India did on day 4. One session totally, it was dominated by them, but New Zealand found a spark. That shot that Sarfaraz played unfortunately opened the floodgates. 7 wickets down for 54. What do you think? India still having an outside chance? Sarfaraz thinks so. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.